There's no cure for racing. You're not even going broke. The only cure for racing is the end of our lives, not the end of our career.
By far the best series I've ever raced in, dollar for dollar. I can race all year on a quarter what it would cost me to run anything else.
Here you can beat it out or make a new one and be back the next week. And it's really an affordable series. I really like it.
It's nice to come back, and have the car slide around and, put it back in the driver's hands. I like that.
Hi everybody, I'm Olivia Pritchett and we are here at Columbus Motor Speedway in Obetz, Ohio. I want you to take a good look at this track because it's not going to be here much longer. This is a third-mile oval track that a lot of our drivers describe as more of a circle. Tonight's event is definitely going to be bittersweet, but the Super Cup Stock Car Series will have been here for it. This is the final lap 71.
Since 1946, there's been racing here at Columbus Motor Speedway, and tonight it's the final lap 71, presented by Performance Fiberglass. Hello, everybody. I'm Gene Crane. Olivia Pritchett will join us throughout the evening from pit road. Our Super Cup Stock Car Series competitors have already rolled out onto the third mile, so let's take a look at our starting lineup. Brent Nelson, who won the season opener, starts on the pole with Brian Harrison starting outside him in car 15. Kevin Cromer set a series track record this afternoon in qualifying and starts third after a 6-car redraw with Brandon Harrison starting outside him in car 5. Larry Berg also sporting a new look. He'll start inside row 3 in the 33 and Harvey Harrison alongside in the 51. Making his first start of 2016 is Tim McLaughlin. He's inside row 4 and Jeff Zellweger will start the 18 on the outside. Row 5, rookie Trent Gosser in the 71 and Bill Ashton in the 35. Rookie Jason Shue starts car number 3 inside row 6. He's joined by Mike Kurkowski in car number 2. That is your starting lineup for the final time here at Columbus Motor Speedway for the Super Cup Stock Car Series. Field shapes up off of turn 4. Green is in the air, and they'll go digging down to turn 1. Nelson looked like he had the jump for just a moment, and he'll take the advantage out of turn number 2. He left the door open. Brian Harrison up on the high side saw Kevin Cromer scoot by on the inside with the 52, and Cromer closes to the rear bumper of Brent Nelson, but Nelson will lead lap number 1. Through 1 and 2, it's Cromer closing in right in the center of the corner. Nelson able to scoot away right off the exit of turn 2. Again into turn 3. Cromer looks to the inside. Battle for the lead as Nelson hangs on to it and crosses start finish. It's a new look for Kevin Cromer this week, and Olivia spoke with him about it.
Today I'm the 52. The last race when we got bent up pretty bad, I didn't have enough time to get that one done. So I fixed this one up and we brought my son Kyle for me to drive because he's taking his EMT test today. But we'll be back with both cars at Jennerstown in another month. I think we definitely want to come out here in the top 5. I more or less just want to go home in one piece this week.
Well, he wants a piece of the lead right now. It's a very good race car for Kevin Cromer tonight. He'll look to the inside of Brent Nelson. Nelson won the season opener at Midvale, but Cromer now trying to take away the lead as they dive into turn 3. Cromer with the advantage on the bottom will take over out of turn 4. New leader here at Columbus Motor Speedway. So Cromer out front, Nelson in second. It's Brian Harrison in third and Larry Berg running 4th. And we've got a spinner in 1 and 2. Caution is out. Caution is out for the first time this evening. Looked like Brandon Harrison spun around in turn 1. Let's see if we've got a look at it. Here is Cromer and Nelson off into the corner. They'll be over in turn 2, looking back, and yes, there's Brandon Harrison, a little bit loose and sliding to the infield, bringing out our first caution. We'll be back for more from Columbus Motor Speedway. Here's a look at our top 5. Cromer, Nelson, Harrison, Berg, and Tim McLaughlin with a good start in 2016 in that 5th position. The Super Cup Stock Car Series is brought to you by Racing Electronics and by McGonigal Engine Performance, the power to win. Shaping up for a restart at Columbus Motor Speedway. The final lap 71 later this season. Sadly, the lights will turn out for a final time here at Columbus. But meanwhile, green is being re-shown to the field, and Kevin Cromer will jump out front. Nelson in second. Brian and Harvey Harrison battling for third off of turn 2, but it's Cromer opening up nearly a 4-car length advantage over Nelson as they work back to turn 3, and the Harrisons close in on Nelson. Leaders back to turns 1 and 2. And we'll go on board with Jeff Zillweger. Had a decent run at Midvale, and he spoke to Olivia about that.
Midvale went good. It was a tough, long race, and we got out of there with a couple scratches.
Have you ever been on this track before?
Yeah, I've been here twice and finished in top 5. The only way you win is you make it to the last lap. So stay out of trouble, stay up front, stay on the lead lap, and hopefully everything goes good.
Well, the battle up front heated up for just a moment. Harvey Harrison was able to get around Brian Harrison and moved up to the outside of Brent Nelson to challenge for second. Harrison back into the third spot. Nelson continues to give chase as Cromer shows the way. On board with Brent Nelson, who had a car, although he wanted Midvale, that wasn't quite to his liking.
The car just kept bouncing going through 1 and 2, and we finally got the bounce out of it. And I think we're in pretty good shape right now.
Well, you're the defending winner for this year and at this track, so are you feeling pretty good about tonight?
After this last adjustment we done, I'm feeling pretty good about it, yes. We're going all for the win. I mean, definitely, we're going to go all out.
Brent Nelson is closed in on the 52 of Kevin Cromer. Cromer's car slides up out of turn 4 just a little bit, leaves the door open. As the leaders work through 1 and 2, though, Cromer still maintains the advantage, 2-car length advantage for Cromer over Brent Nelson in that 80 car. Harvey Harrison, the 51, that red and white 51 in that third spot, starts to creep into the shot just a little bit. He's closing in on this lead battle as they work down the back straightaway. Harrison, along with Brian Harrison in that 4th position, they all work off into turn 3. 1, 2, 3, 4 will ride along with Harvey Harrison. The Impact Race Products on-board camera. Looking back to Brian Harrison, who talked to us earlier about driving Columbus Motor Speedway.
If you try to get the car wide open, you'll actually overdrive the corner because you can't get it woed down long enough because there's really only kind of part of a straightaway on it. But the front stretch, it's a circle. You're in a turn the whole time. You never turn back the other way. So it's a big difference from one side of the track to the other. So you got to keep in your mind what the other side of the track is going to be like.
And that keeps the right side tires loaded up almost constantly. 3-car battle up front. Cromer goes high in turn 1. Kevin Cromer, the 52 car, up to the high side. Nelson is going to scoot around, as does Harvey Harrison. Now 1 and 2, it's Nelson, your leader in the 80, the 51 of Harrison second in the 51. And looks like Larry Berg has slipped up to the 3rd spot in the 33. Brian Harrison back to 4th. There is Cromer, the 52 car, very slow on the high side of turn 4. And Cromer seemed to be under power, but problems for Kevin Cromer in the 52. On board with Brent Nelson, your race leader. And caution being shown. Caution is out. Kevin Cromer, his car slowed significantly into turn 1, and caution comes out as Cromer tries to limp to the pit area. What a change of events. Cromer back to the pits, and that car did not sound very healthy as it passed by. Cromer with difficulties as we head to break in the final lap. 71 presented by Performance Fiberglass. Leaderboard: Nelson, Harvey Harrison, Larry Berg, Brian Harrison, and Tim McLaughlin, your running order. The Super Cup Stock Car Series is brought to you by Performance Fiberglass Products and by Impact Racing at ImpactRaceProducts.com. Kevin Cromer set a brand new track record earlier today in qualifying of 15.151 seconds, was leading the event when the car suddenly slowed, bringing out the caution. He's behind the wall, the hood is up. Olivia Pritchett has made her way over to the team.
Kevin Cromer, number 52. There were no accidents from what we could see. Tell us what happened.
The motor went flat on me. Don't know exactly. We burned a plug wire, or we had trouble with the valve train in this car at Midvale. So I don't know if that same problem came back. I don't know. We had a really fast car tonight, and it's just a shame. So it's the way my luck's been going the past year and a half.
Well, I'm sorry. Better luck next time.
What a disappointment for Kevin Cromer. Indeed, a fast car, set a brand new track record in qualifying earlier today, but he is now out of the event as the field shapes up for a restart. Brent Nelson and Harvey Harrison bring them back to green. We're back underway at Columbus Motor Speedway. Brent Nelson nose out front as they work out at turn 2. Harvey Harrison, using the outside line, does not want to give up. He stays to the outside. Off of turn 4 they come. Larry Berg and Brian Harrison battling for 3rd and 4th directly behind them. Tim McLaughlin trying to jump into that battle as well, but up front, Nelson with a nose out front going to turn 3 over Harvey Harrison. Harrison carries the car in deep. Still battling for the lead. It's a hit start finish. Nelson has the point. We go on board with Larry Berg, who now has 3rd. The Cody Robaugh Racing on board. They brought a different car here this weekend. We spoke to them earlier about that.
We had engine trouble. We started to load up on Wednesday and found out we had some engine problems in the 7, so we just swapped over to the 33.
How do you like this car you're in? How did it do at practice today?
Right now we're a little tight here too, and I don't have any experience here, so it's nothing but a circle, so it's tough. Car's got to turn or you're in trouble here.
Point leader Stephen Cox drove this car in the season opener at Midvale Speedway with very good results. However, Stephen unable to be here. He's covering a televised motorsports event out in Portland. So this opened up the seat in the 33 for Larry Berg to bring here to Columbus, and Berg challenging Harvey Harrison. He'll look to the inside in turns 1 and 2. Down the backstretch, Berg trying to get a little bit of forward bite off at turn 2. Drops the car to the bottom side. Here they are side by side, chasing down Brent Nelson to turns 1 and 2. Berg got the run down the straightaway, and Larry Berg's going to take over 2nd from Harvey Harrison. Harrison has been here on numerous occasions, and Olivia spoke with him about how his results have been here at Columbus Motor Speedway.
This place has been hard on me. I've been in a few bad crashes and stuff, so we want to avoid that tonight. And if we can get through it and finish the race on the lead lap, I think we'll be up front. We just have to see how the night shakes out. I'm hoping my 2 boys will do good. We got all 3 of us out here tonight, and we're going to have a lot of fun.
The leaders work down the back straightaway. Harvey Harrison in that 3rd spot, but it's Brent Nelson continuing to show the way. Larry Berg trying to step up and put a little pressure on Brent Nelson, and Jason Shue goes around. The rookie out of Littlestown, Pennsylvania, has spun around, and we're under caution at Columbus Motor Speedway once again. Caution is out for Jason Shue. Here is a look from Larry Berg's perspective. Jason Shue going around, car backs down the racetrack, and Larry Berg had to take evasive action to the infield. A little agricultural racing there for the 33 of Larry Berg. Under caution at Columbus Motor Speedway as the safety truck will come to the aid of Jason Shue. Here's a look at our top 5 as we head to break in the final lap 71. It's Nelson, Berg, Harvey Harrison, Tim McLaughlin, and Trinkosser up into the 5th position. The Super Cup Stock Car Series is brought to you by Racing Electronics and by Bochette Timepieces. High-grade, quality-made timepieces. It's twilight just outside of the city of Columbus, Ohio. Actually, in the village of Obetz, Ohio, is where Columbus Motor Speedway is located. Field shaping up for a restart. This final lap 71 as Brent Nelson gets set to bring them to green with Harvey Harrison restarting on the outside. As we get a green flag, we spoke earlier to Aaron Creed, PR coordinator for the Super Cup Stock Car Series, about the upcoming loss of Columbus Motor Speedway. Here's what he had to say.
For us race fans, it's sad to see that the track will be going away after this season. The Knuckles family has supported the Super Cup Stock Car Series since almost the beginning. Our first race here was back in 2009, and this is our 6th appearance because of a couple rainouts. But they've invited us back with open arms every year, and it's really going to be a void that's really going to be irreplaceable coming into next year.
No doubt about that, Aaron. And as we were talking with Aaron Creed, pass for the lead. Harvey Harrison slips and slides around Brent Nelson to take over the race lead, but Nelson is trying to battle back on the inside. Well, it may be the final year for Columbus Motor Speedway, but we talked to Jeff Knuckles, co-owner of Columbus, about the future.
It's my life. It's what I do. It's who I am. So it was a very difficult decision, but at the end of the day, it just, the sale to the village made sense. We are selling to the village of Obetz. The neat thing is it's going to remain an sports and entertainment facility. The grandstands will stay, and be upgraded. So the neat part, and I'm really happy about, we'll be able to come back here and enjoy a sports event or a concert. And I'm looking forward to that.
Talk about entertainment. The battle up front has been outstanding. Harvey Harrison was up alongside Nelson battling for the lead. Now Larry Berg moves to the inside of Harrison. They're going to battle for second down the back straightaway and into turn 3. Berg rolls off into the third turn. Looks like car pushing up just a bit out of 4. Berg is going to take over second. Harrison back to third, and McLaughlin lurking in that 4th spot. Less than 3 to go, less than 3 laps remaining, and Nelson off into turn 3 has Larry Berg all over the rear bumper cover. Battle for the lead. Berg looks to the outside in turn 1, cuts it back across, is within a half a car length as they exit turn 2 down the backstretch. Down into turn 3, and Nelson carried it in deep, moved up a little bit. That opens the door for Berg. Oh, and they get together. The leaders have gotten together and spun. Caution is out here at Columbus. Oh, what a turn of events. Coming down to the final lap, Berg trying to challenge to the inside of Brent Nelson. We see some of the steam out of the overflow tube on Berg's machine. Got to the inside, and the two got together and went for a slide. Here's another look at it. Berg to the inside, Nelson's car up the racetrack. Door is open. Here comes Berg. Not sure. It looked like both were going for the same real estate at the same time. The end result, though, both cars spinning around and bringing out the caution. It'll be a green-white checker. Here's another look at it. Larry Berg closes in, finds the opening, goes to the inside, down the front straightaway, and the two collide. They'll slide into turn 1. Here's Harvey Harrison. He takes evasive action to the outside. Harrison, whoa! He might have brushed the wall, never stopped, rolls right on through the incident. Close call for Harvey Harrison. Wow, what a chain of events here at Columbus Motor Speedway in the waning laps of the final lap 71. We'll be back for a green-white checker restart and a finish right after this. Harrison, McLaughlin, Gosser, Zellweger, and Ashton, your top 5. The Super Cup Stock Car Series is brought to you by Performance Fiberglass Products and by McGonigal Engine Performance, the power to win. Nearly a full moon as we are set for a green-white checker to decide the final lap 71 presented by Performance Fiberglass. Harvey Harrison and Tim McLaughlin line up for the front row. As they come off the corner, green is displayed. 2 more circuits around the Columbus Motor Speedway for the history of the Super Cup Stock Car Series. Harrison takes the advantage out of turn 2, stretches it out to almost 2.5 car lengths. McLaughlin buries it off into turn 3, trying to close in. Can't quite get to Harrison. White flag in the air. Final time around for Harvey Harrison as he works out of turn 2. 4 car length advantage over McLaughlin. Harvey Harrison rolls it off to turn 3. Slips it up to the high side as he has done all night long, and checkers in the air. Harvey Harrison will pick up the win here at Columbus Motor Speedway in the final event for the Super Cup Stock Car Series at this historic facility. Harvey Harrison gets the job done. Tim McLaughlin will finish in second. Trent Gosser comes home third. But Harvey Harrison, he told us earlier he's had some bad incidents here at Columbus and not the best of luck. But he always has a big smile when he climbs out of the race car. Here he is as Olivia Pritchard is in the McGonigal Engine Performance victory lane.
Harvey, congratulations. It's been quite some time since a win. How did you do it? You really fought for it.
Well, it was a fight. Brent and those cars that's running up front, man, they're good drivers. And I chose on the outside line because that's where I like to run. And it's tough to pass out there on the outside, but if I'd get down low, my car was so loose that I couldn't hold on to it. And there for a while, I thought I'd burnt the right rear off of it because I was completely out of control. But it turned out to be a pretty good night. The first time I come to this place, I had a bad crash right down in that corner. The throttle hung wide open, and it was a hard night. But today, it's really made up for it. I want to thank the good Lord my sponsor, John 316, Southern Coal. It's just been a great night for the Harrison team.
Well, congratulations to Harvey Harrison. Olivia has caught up with second place finisher Tim McLaughlin, as well as third place finisher Trent Gosser.
Well, congratulations on a fantastic finish. You started kind of toward the back, didn't you? How'd you work your way to the top?
Yeah, it worked out pretty good. We didn't qualify very good, but yeah, it worked out getting towards the front.
Happy with how your car performed?
Well, it kind of come to the car, you know. It was a little tight to start with, but it came to the car and felt good.
Well, congratulations on a fantastic top three. What happened? How's the track?
Track's slick. If you get up out of the bottom groove, it's real slick up high. Everybody that was up there, you could see them sliding around. The bottom groove was pretty good, but this is actually my third time ever in a Super Cup car. This means a lot being in the winners. We're up here in the top three. Got to thank a lot to Don for letting me drive it, and all the guys that help, everybody else that helps out on the car. It means a lot to me.
Congratulations, great run for both Tim and Trent here this evening. While battling for the lead, Brent Nelson along with Larry Berg got together, and Olivia's caught up with crew chief Rocky Nelson as well as Larry Berg's crew chief and grandson Cody Robaugh.
To be honest with you, whenever we had to come down through the number turn one, I thought we had the inside groove, and the other car had the inside, the nose in behind, and he caught us, and we all went to a spin. And I thought we had the groove, and I didn't think we should have went to the back, but that's the way they called it. And then the rest of it's history.
The car was good. We started off pretty good on a short run, and then the longer we got, the better the car got. So on long green flag runs, we was pretty good. And then that going for the win on the last lap, and they got into each other, and I really don't know what happened.
Okay. Is the car okay?
Yeah, the car's fine. A little cosmetic damage, but that's it.
Larry's fine?
Yep, he's fine.
Okay.
Here's a look at the finishing order for the final lap 71. Harvey Harrison, your winner. McLaughlin and Gosser second and third. Brent Nelson recovers for fourth and also taking over the point lead. And Jeff Zillweger will round out your top five. For Olivia Pritchett and the entire Sopwith Motorsports crew, I'm Gene Crane, and we'll see you next time from Jennerstown Speedway in Jennerstown, Pennsylvania.